Hello everyone, this is Trish from DeanMichaelDesigns. I'm going to do another tutorial today on the pointed daisy petal. It's a similar look to the last tutorial, except the petal, they kind of come to a point, and there's a little bit of a different way of attaching. So first I'm just going to start off and tell you what you will need. You'll need a roll of poly burlap. You will actually need 35 pieces of whichever color flower you're going to do, cut in 10-inch squares. So this is 10 inches, so you'll need 35 of those. And for this particular flower that I'm doing today, I do add leaves. So you will also need green poly burlap, and you will need 10 pieces of the green cut between 11 and 12 inches so that they'll be a little bit bigger and they'll stick out so we could see them. We will be using a 10-inch wire frame. You will need chenille stems. You will need to decide on which type of middle you're going to use. Pre-made, trendy tree is where I get them. Something else, some other type of middle. And depending on the type of middle you choose, that will determine whether or not you need to use the plastic canvas in the middle. But for this particular technique I'm going to show you today, we don't need it to actually attach the petals. So depending on the middle you choose for your flower will determine whether or not you need to trace and cut out your circle of the plastic canvas. So basically, other than scissors and wire cutters, that's about all you'll need for today. So I'm going to clean up and come back and we're going to get started. Okay, so we are ready to get started putting the first set of leaves on. What I do is I go to each one of these sections, and on the last ring right here, I add one. So that will be our first time going around. We're going to add one leaf to each of these sections. So what I do is I use, for this particular leaf, I use one pipe cleaner cut in half. And if you can see what I'm doing here, I go on either side of this bar in the middle. I crisscross, I go under and over so that this does not move, so that it can't move, really. That's how I start to put my leaves on. And for this particular flower, we're going to fold point to point. Now, because this isn't cut like a perfect square, it's not gonna appear to lay right, but it will just be fine. And we're going to scrunch up in the middle until we have what kind of looks like that. And that, for this particular flower, that's going to be our leaf. And then I will just go in and secure it right here. Hope you can see this good. I have to kind of keep it down to secure it nice and tight. And that's all that will be on this one particular spot. So I'm going to pause this and add the other 4 on using the same exact way and be right back. Hello, I am back, and I wanted to show you, I did start step 2, and I'm going to show you how I did it now. In each middle section, in between the 5 leaves that we put on already, I am going to add a pipe cleaner, a full one, right up through the center. I'm going to capture the two middle rings like that. I'm going to fold it, twist on the second from the outer. And then what I like to do is go under one side and under the other side so that this is secured and doesn't move. And what we're going to do here to get this look is add one green. We'll go over this fold again. I'll move that out of the way. So here's the green. Triangle, but it's not a perfect triangle because this is the one that's cut bigger because I do want it to stick out. You see how it sticks out past the yellow? That's what we want. So what we're gonna do is just scrunch right up towards the point of the triangle. And then we'll add right here. Right on top, we'll just put this one in, like that. There we go. And I give it a nice tight twist, just one. And then we're going to do the main petal of the flower, and we're going to lay it right on top. So for this, because this is a perfect square, you're going to go corner to corner with your triangle. Okay, make sure your edges are nice and lined up like that. Nice triangle, and simply scrunch right up the middle towards the point. That's how I do it, like that. And there you have your pointed daisy petal. Okay. And what I do in this step is lay it right on top of the green and give it a twist or two. And then I kind of just secure it underneath and give it another twist again back here so that it's very secure and will not be going anywhere. And you could trim these up. I'm going to finish the last two so you get an idea of how it will start to look pointed. Isn't that pretty? And I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and added our petal and leaf to each of the second ring in the middle of the bars on each section. So step 2 is finished on our flower. And now we'll go to step 3, which is in each section with the bar, I'm going to go to the second ring from the outer, which is going to be right here, this one. And I'm going to add 2 yellow petals. So what I do is take half of a chenille stem. I go under on each side of the bar, give it a crisscross. I always flip under on each side to secure it in place, just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and add 2 yellows to this section. And I'll show you. So we need 2. And again, the fold is triangle. See that? And scrunch up in the middle. Just like that. And we'll put one in right here. And just give it one twist. And then we're going to put the second one right on top of that. Triangle, scrunch, right up in the middle, just like that. And we'll put that on top of this one and give it a good twist, keep them in place. All right, like that. And that's it. So this is step 3. I'm going to go ahead and go around to each bar, the second ring from the outer. I'm going to add 2 yellow to each one. Be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and added our petals all the way around to each section on the second from the outer ring. I added the 2 yellows. Now at this point, you would decide whether or not you're going to use your plastic canvas, whether or not you're going to attach it now. And this would depend on the type of middle you choose to use. For this particular order, I am not going to add this now because I am going to attach something like this later right to the wire form. But again, with any of these flowers, there are different options for middles. And depending on which one you choose, this is that really cool one that's already made to go that I get from Trendy Tree, where something like this, I would attach this now. And I would glue Chanel stems, use flower pins with some glue, and attach this right in and done. So this would be your choice depending on what your plan is for the flower, whether or not to add this now. So I'm just going to move on now to the next step, which is going to be, we're going to go for each of the sections, each of the wired sections, I'm going to add 2 yellows to the innermost ring. So here, 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 and here. And the way I'm going to do that is a little bit different from the other steps. And again, I shall point out that, for example, my friend Julie from Julie's Wreath Boutique has done sunflower tutorials. And if you're comfortable with the way she does it, which is fantastic, follow her and just use this petal. I have my own way at this point, and it's not necessary. So if you're familiar and you're already making the flowers, just follow the pattern that you're used to. So what we're going to basically do is do 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2, and then come into the middle between the wired sections and add 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2 all the way around. So another, what is that? 20 petals. So total for this technique, this particular flower, you need 35 of the yellow and you need 10 of the green. So I'll show you how I do it, but it is not necessary that you do it exactly the way I do it. You can use any method to do a flower. But the fold for this one is here. You're making your triangle. You're going to roll. And what I'm going to do this time is hold it. Some people don't like to do it this way, and I totally understand. It's just that this is the way I do it. This is my habit for when I get to this part. And then we're going to roll, scrunch, roll. And then I put them together like that. Right? I wrap the Chanel stem around them, nice and tight, and then I attach to the frame. Now you don't have to do it this way, but this is just how I do it. So then I would just bring it and attach it to the frame down here. So we're doing the innermost row at this point. And I'll just give it a good twist. And that's how I do that last section there. So I'm gonna pause this and go and finish up each wired section, adding 2 yellows. Okay, I'm back. And as you can see, I went through and I added the 2 yellow petals. I'm gonna show you where on this empty one. It's getting a little hard to see now because the wreath is getting full. So the last section we did was each of these crossbars, we did the innermost row. So I added 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. Now, the final step is we're going to add 2 in between, in the middle sections, in between the 2 bars, we're going to add 2 yellows. And I do attach them the same way I did the last one, and I'll show you. It's going to get a little hard to see because the wreath is getting really full, and that's what we like about it. But I'll do my very best to make sure I show you how I do it and how I attach it in the back to keep it secured. So I'm going to show you again how I do the petals, the way I do them. Okay. And again, feel free to do them any way you want. This is just how I do it, and it's probably not the best way, but it's my habit. So again, our good old triangle, squish, and I just hold it. If you're someone who, you know, maybe can't hold it, has arthritis or something, use a clip, you know, a clothespin or some kind of clip. You could always do that if you want to do it this way. And then I'm going to do my second one and squeeze it up. Put them together. I just love these. And then I tie them up real good, as tight as I can, with a chenille stem, just like that. And give them a twist. Now, we're going to get ready to put them in. So what we're going to be doing is going in the middle. And your guide is, if you could see that, I don't know how good you guys could see that, but your guide is where you see your yellow chenille stem from one of our first steps when we went in the middle. So you're going to go right in front of that, and then we're going to attach to this in the back. Let's see if I can do this where you can see it. I hope. All right. So I'm just going to go right on the bar. Can you see that? Like that. Oops. My petal's getting messed up. Right on the bar. Be better in the back. So see how I'm right below that, the one that has the yellow and the green? So I'm going to twist here. And then what I like to do is attach to the piece of chenille stem already there so that this will not move. So you see how that's attached up there to that piece of chenille stem? And then this will stay in place and that'll stay in place. So I hope that makes sense. It's a little hard to see at this point, but I'm going to go through now and finish the last 4 sections of our beautiful flower. Okay, I went ahead and finished up our flower, our daisy petal with the pointed daisy petal. And you can see it's just full and gorgeous. So now you decide which middle you're going to use. This one will look pretty. I'm always talking about these ones from Trended Tree. They're very inexpensive and they're super easy, ready to go. I don't know if we can get a full picture of this flower. Again, I apologize, I'm doing this video myself with no help. That or some type of center that I'm gonna hook in like that. Let's see if we can get an idea of how it looks all done. You guys see that? Gorgeous. So anyway, thank you for joining me and watching my tutorial. Please like my Facebook page, DeanMichaelDesigns, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you and have a great day.